What's up, you beautiful people? My name's Liv, and I started a series called God Moves. So, what I talk about is how God is moving in my everyday. Now, the way that my perspective is and the way that I'm going to share it might go against some norms, but in my opinion, it works for me. It's how I see God, and I see God as unconditional love. So I believe it's a vibration that we tap into. I believe that it's a mindset shift, and I believe it's a Christ consciousness awareness. So I know that that might not follow certain other people's beliefs. Very much understand. If this works for you, allow it to work for you. God made us all in the image of Him. Therefore, we are creators and one with Him. So, I want to talk about how if you visualize and you have this knowing that it's real, then you'll be able to see it because our brains are wired to see either threats, it's wired to see what we believe and it come into fruition. So notice all the synchronicities, the connections. Like, I want to challenge you. I did this with my friend and she also thought it was wild. So I want to I want to challenge you to visualize something that you want to see today or within this next week that is very plausible. Like, I want it to make sense for you, that not like, don't do something where you're like, oh, I see a TV every day, or like, oh, there's a rose outside my door, so I will see roses every day. Or in a sense, though, you could do a rose and then just see how roses show up throughout your day in certain conversations and certain environments, and you'll be like, whoa. Because then that will show you that what your brain thinks about, you're going to see in your reality. So be aware of what you're thinking about because you're going to see that in your reality. Earlier this week, something happened where, sometimes I would think to myself, well, this job didn't really make sense for me, or I didn't prosper in that job. So you think in that moment. Do you not ever realize that everything is leading up to that big thing that ties all of that together? Like, whether it was your traumatic experiences or jobs that you didn't necessarily like and you were around people that you didn't necessarily vibe with. Did you not realize that all those things could be the puzzle pieces to put all the puzzle together and see the big picture of why all that happened? Well, I had that moment happen this week because I don't even know where this came from. Maybe my old laptop case, but I pulled out this thing and it was when I did insurance. And I've been writing like in my journal left and right that all this stuff is my blueprint. Like, I'm formulating a blueprint and that this is a blueprint, okay? And also, I want to show you guys this because, yes, I know it's in TikTok shop. Like, I got it 2 years ago, but the thing about this is it breaks it down so easy. So easy. Like the story of the man born blind. That's what I just opened to. And this exactly makes my case of how everything divinely happens when you need to see it. And when I read this story, it's like, it told me to take off the mask. Like, the things that you think are unbelievable, 333, are believable. Everything is synchronized if you are willing and open to see it in that way. Now, I know if you don't have the eyes, the ears, and the heart to feel, see, and hear this message that I'm presenting to you, then you just won't get it. And that's okay. Love you. Keep on scrolling. But if you are willing and open and understand where I'm coming from, you'll see what I'm talking about. So the man born blind. A man born blind is miraculously healed. His healing restores his whole humanity away from shame and towards a newfound faith and belonging. And last night I was opening up to my Bible a lot to where God wants us to shift our perspective, okay? God wants us to tap into our creativity and our passions and our kindness and our compassion, okay? There's so much shame and fear. It's almost like, I even saw this last night. Well, okay, I'm going to go on this little tangent and then I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it all back because I get so excited talking about this stuff. So last night I stopped journaling. I stopped reading my Bible for a second and I started watching like some TV and I started scrolling. I don't know what happened, but I started to get in like a panic mode. Like, my nervous system was still like getting dysregulated because then you have all these like emotions of other people and different ideas. And then I'm like, whoa, 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 got to turn that off because it's going to mess with what I got going on right now. And then I like stopped, I breathed, I listened to a lot of visualization videos and also like calming manifestation videos. And I was like, okay, my reality is fine. It is still happening for me. But be careful with that because I saw that it really changed my mood and it made me start getting in this fear and doubt mode. And so yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have been holding myself back so much by certain stuff I've been consuming, and I didn't even realize. Because when our nervous system is not regulated, and whenever our mind, body, and spirit is not all fully connected, it's gonna go haywire, and then you're gonna see that in your reality because your internal reality is what you're gonna see externally. These are like projectors, okay? Anyways, so in my old laptop case, I pulled out this thing called Blueprint. And I was like, oh my gosh, my entire past has led me up to this point in order to gain the confidence and the knowledge and the experience to be the person that I always wanted to be and to do the things that I always wanted to do. I wrote in my journal not too long ago about how Christ is the head of the church. He is in our brain. He was only separate from us, for we got distracted and engulfed in the game. Just saying. We need to think about the world as a classroom, for sure. Because do you see that all these tests are leading up to the main thing where you get the reward or whatever? So, it's important to reflect back on conversations you have with people and the people that you have in your life, because God in our world is going to bring back different situations and people and conversations. Like your friendships, they're like a little bit of a mirror reflection of you. Okay? So it's either there to teach you a lesson, or it's there to mirror back things that are beautiful about you. So yesterday I asked my cousin, I was like, so just genuinely, what do you think of me that I should use as my talents to prosper, to be my highest self? And a lot of times it's intimidating to know somebody else's perspective of you. And I knew she would shoot with me straight, because that's one thing I do love about her, is she is brutally honest. And I really needed to hear an honest truth. And it wowed me. I was like, okay, that was really heartfelt. And I needed to hear it, you know? And God's going to put people in your life that'll help you see who you truly are. Because a lot of times when we're just looking in the mirror, we think like 9 million things that aren't even kind of true. So do not let your brain take over, and feed it goodness. Like I was saying yesterday, sometimes the most unlikely people become extremely important in your story. And yesterday I met for coffee with one of my friends, and this is somebody that we were giggling yesterday because we were like, we never thought that this would end up this way. Like, it's sometimes the most unlikely people that will make the biggest impact. And like, we were just giggling because it's like we were always around each other, but it's like, you're like one of my best friends that I truly love so much. And just, you never know where God's leading you. So don't hold on tight to what doesn't always serve you. Last final thing I want to share with you guys. Of course, I opened up to my journal that says Blueprint on the main page. And I wrote about persecution, perseverance, planning, and pleasure. It's all a process. Take your time with it. Appreciate every moment. And I would love to know how God moved in your life today. But I love you. Tell somebody else you love them today. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Keep on glowing and growing.